Hello? Excuse me? Is this a raid before I've even started? Oh my goodness! Ranger, hi! How's it going, you guys? Oh my god, you have no idea. This is so exciting. Warriors are here! Welcome, warriors. My name's 𝐉𝐚𝐴, if you've never been here. And I have some really important news. Welcome to my home. I'm streaming from the mountains. So, yeah, super cool shit. Oh my goodness, I'm like not ready for this. It's been a while. So, hello, sun, hello, lady. Yeah, so it took quite a lot of work. We had to cut down some trees. There is a YouTube video on that. Check out my YouTube. But yeah, no, it's hilarious. Yeah, so we finally got the block, I suppose, and sometimes, like, even when I stream or I watch you guys stream, sometimes it like cuts out for a bit, so I wasn't sure about it. But I was doing some journaling and I had to do it anyways for YouTube, so I went ahead and set up my stream. So if you check my video thing, my VODs, it'll randomly have this weird video that's just like ignore live test, and it really wasn't that bad. So yeah, officially 2024, guys, we're back to streaming and a normal schedule. I will stream Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. So no exact reason why, it just, those are the days that I figured, fuck it, we'll try it and we'll see how it goes. So usually at this time. I'll set it for 2 hours, but we can go over, it doesn't matter. But yeah, I've never needed to stream for long hours anyway, so that's not important to me. I just want to hang out, have fun. Pretty much, so Twitch is going to be the exact same as it was. We do art, I'm going to add journaling. We'll do gaming, book reading, all those things, all like normal. But Twitch is pretty much going to be my behind the scenes. So you guys get to just work with me while I'm doing whatever it is that I'm going to be doing. So I don't have any set days like this is art day, this is book reading day. This is you're behind the scenes and you're doing whatever the fuck Vel needs to do that day. So, welcome. Yeah, super easy for me, at least. Perfect, means I could raid you more. Yes, you could raid me anytime you like. So for the most part, I'll try to catch you before I stream, and then I'll stream. It'll be fun. But yeah, so there's just a lot, you guys. I'm so happy to be back. I'm so happy you get to be here with me in my home. So, oh my god, it's just so much. So also, if you guys have any mountain questions, like just in general, I am doing a whole Q&A video. I've been YouTubing pretty much all the stuff from living here for the past 2 years. So we're gonna do a big kind of like answer any kind of questions. So if you have questions, just send it to me and it's gonna be on YouTube. So we're working on it. I love the background. Thank you. It is just a random blanket that I had, but there's a blanket behind me anyway. It's just boring, so I put this one up instead. You know, easy peasy, however I can. So yeah. Oh, although I will admit, so on this upcoming Sunday, first video of the year, because I apologize. On Twitch, anytime I was on here, I was like, oh my god, you guys, you know, you've seen my office, you know, I did not ever post my office renovations, so you guys have no idea what I'm sitting in right now. That was on me, but none of y'all were like, what are you talking about, Vel? So screw all of you. So my office renovation video is going up this Sunday, and then after that, you're gonna get the whole like, oh my god, we have a sudden setup, because suddenly being back on Twitch changed everything. So I had literally the 31st to set everything up for the whole year. So the Twitch thing was literally last minute. So if anybody didn't catch it or saw something on Discord and you're like, what the fuck's going on? This is what's going on. Gotta do some post-stream. No worries. Thank you, Ranger. Love you so much. So yeah, this is the chaos that is now 2024. But I'm pretty happy with it. So speaking of the 2024 thing, I do want to get into if I can pull it up real quick. I posted a blog, so if you read my blog on my website, this is not new for you. I'm sorry, but we're gonna go through it just because everybody's doing their a whole, oh, blah blah blah. Did I reach my goals? Did I not? So here's kind of how that went. But in general, I have been living here in the mountains for 2 years, and it's been we have had this property since pretty much I was 8. I just turned 36. So what does that tell you? But it's one of those things where it used to be like a vacation home where like we would just go, go and hang out on the weekends kind of thing. And it was like camping, no phone service, no nothing. It takes about 3 hours to drive from here to town. So it would be like a 3-hour commute, and then no talking or anything for, the whole weekend, which sucked in high school. But, I would bring my instruments. I would practice up here and play. There was nobody to bother. I would ride motorcycles, read books, like the legit nothing to do, you have to entertain yourself kind of stuff. We went from that to this. So this is a big, sudden, wow, this is what it used to be and this is what it is now. Like, I can stream, I can upload my YouTube videos, I can watch other people stream. Like, oh my god, you guys, it's a wonderful, I don't know, like, everyone's like, oh, I don't want to grow old and kind of stuff, but I'm like, honestly, I kind of want to know how it's going to be in 50 years, where I'm like, where's technology going to go? What can we do? It's so exciting. So I'm in my elderly stage of enjoying my age, but yeah, it's pretty cool. Oh, hello, Annabelle. Well, welcome to my mountain home. Happy New Year to you too. Sounds like the best weekend for a young kid. Honestly, I used to hate it. I really, like, sometimes I would like it, sometimes I wouldn't, but I used to get really sick on the drive up, those kinds of things. So it was like ingrained into my brain, like, you're gonna be miserable for a few days. Here, have fun. And I'm like, oh my god. But at least, yeah, I could ride the motorcycles, I could go and do whatever. So that's where this started. And this is where we are now. So, and again, it's all on YouTube, guys. You can watch my journey, and I will continue to post on YouTube. I'm going to nerd out about my camera in just a second, but just to quickly go over, if you have not read my blog. So, goals. I don't know about you guys. I don't know what kind of goals you guys had, but my goals were fairly simple. I wanted to try and get back into painting, which we did. I actually managed to get up a tutorial and a kind of paint along with me kind of video on YouTube. I think the tutorial was more appreciated, but it could just also be the particular piece I did. I don't know yet. But I am happy I got into that. So all of my painting stuff is organized in my office. You'll see that in the Office Reno video. So we'll get back into painting very slowly. I might be able to do 1 or 2 paintings a year because I just have so much shit going on. I spent quality time with my cats. Just a small downer. Last year, a streamer, 𝐸𝐴, I follow her a lot. I pretty much watch her anytime I can. I love her streams. She unfortunately lost her cat, Mochi, and it hit her really hard, and it kind of made me realize, I don't spend enough time with my cats, or just any pets in general, where you're just like, go away, I'm busy. So last year, I stopped doing that. I never shooed them away, even if I was busy. I stopped what I was doing, and I spent time with them because they're engaging me. They want the attention then. And I have to say, it really improved my quality of life. Like, it didn't change anything. It didn't interrupt me. I didn't not get anything done because of my cats. Like, it really gave us a better relationship as mommy and kitty. So I really appreciate that. And then just a few weeks ago, she lost her other cat, 𝐞𝐥𝐜, and it was just so heartbreaking. But it also made me very much appreciate that I decided to give that quality time to my cats. So that was kind of a big one. And it's rough because, like, you don't want to see other people suffer. I know how it is to lose animals. I've had pets my whole life. It sucks. But I'm also a very firm believer that it's not a reason, despite the heartbreak, it's not a reason to not have another pet and give them another, quality of life kind of thing. So eventually we will get a dog again. We used to be dog people, but we will get a dog whenever we have the space. Right now we just don't have the space, so we're working on it. So that's nice. Let's see here. I also spent precious time with my grandfather, who was diagnosed with cancer, prostate cancer, in 2020. So I came out here, I visited while I still lived in Alabama, and he wouldn't see me, and it was really rough, and I was really upset about it, because, like, the whole point was to see him before, you know, God forbid he died. But he lived on another 3 years, and he passed May 10th of this year, and it was so much better. It was way better. I had a lot of time to just hang out with him, especially up here. It was just him and me for a few months, and it was really great. And then he had to move down into town, unfortunately, because he had all the doctor's appointments and all the things. But it was really nice. We spent a lot of time together, a lot of time sitting on the porch, and him telling me how proud he was of me for being here and wanting to live here, which, I mean, was all because I got tortured in Alabama and I fucking hate neighbors, so I like living in the mountains where it's quiet. But it was a good end and a good goodbye rather than what it could have been. So I do appreciate it, and I see it for what it is, and it was wonderful to have that extra time, you know? So I've been keeping up with your YouTube videos. That's been my only way to get an Aurelia fix. Annabelle, you're so sweet. That was kind of the thing too. So, okay, it broke my heart that I had to stop doing Twitch and go to YouTube, but I like YouTube, so I'm sticking with it, but I'm so happy to be back on Twitch. Oh, son. Thank you. Thank you. So, I mean, it sucked. He was literally like one of the first people that I knew. Like, at the age of 5, I knew. I'm like, Grandpa's dying first. That's gonna suck. But Lion King kind of prepared me for it, you know what I mean? So, I've been preparing for it for 30 years, and trust me, I still wasn't prepared for it. So, it really broke my heart. But, you know, we saw it coming. It ended up better than it was. So, the grandpa thing, now having the time to process it, I feel a lot better about it. So, yeah, it's pretty nice. A lot of people don't get that. They really don't. So I appreciate it. And, you know, people lose parents really young. So I'm fucking thankful that I had both my grandparents, both my parents, and at least on one side. I had both my grandparents on my other side, but I don't talk to them as much. But this one, I've practically lived with my grandfather since I was a kid. So I've spent lots of time with my grandparents. My grandparents raised me, essentially, at least half the time. So, you know, it's kind of like, you kind of have those connections, and I was very well connected with him, which made me very happy. So, I mean, at least being here, I'm just like, yeah, I am an hour, because it was like a family dream. I'm an hour dream home, so it's nice. Yeah. When I heard my grandfather was diagnosed with the same cancer, yeah, I was devastated. Yeah. So nobody in our family that we were aware of, like, his dad died from a heart attack. His mom died from a heart attack, but she also took blood thinning medication, and it just didn't mix well. So him just magically having cancer was weird. So my dad is the eldest child, and he's kind of taking care of it. He's taking iodine to kind of help, because he's kind of worried about it, which I was concerned. I was like, you're probably going to worry about that, because he and I are the same. We're not big, like, on doctors and shit. Which, by the way, here's my wrist from surgery, so it's always red. I don't know why, but regardless, it could just be... I'm trying to think here. Why video are you so bright? I could probably change that. But anyway, so he's kind of concerned about it. I'm not that concerned about it. Like, as long as he's taking care of it, it's kind of like, yeah, that's cool, Dad. Oh, there we go. Oh, it looks way better. Although that just darkened everything. Okay, anyways, so let's see. I did manage one piece of artwork every month all year. Now, a lot of them were commissions. Last year was like the year of commissions. I don't know what it was, but it was great. So I did manage that. So if you haven't seen those art pieces, it is up on my Instagram. There is a, you know, where you can save your highlights and stuff. It's on there. You can see every piece that I did. I can't believe it. And my works in progress too, because there's one that I didn't quite finish. It was number 13, but, you know, I'll still be working on that this year. And I didn't exactly get to a book a month this year, but towards the end of the year, we did successfully do like 4 books every month, blah, blah, blah. Not every month, sorry. 4 books, but the last 4 months. How about that? So, book club. We're actually reading books. How about that? So, but the thing is too, about book club that I do want to mention, now that I can stream, we'll be doing a book on stream, and I'll be reading whatever I'm reading. So I think I might be doing 2 books a month. I don't know. We'll find out. It's kind of crazy. So a bit much. So that's kind of a thing. So in general, last year was just a very big, you know, doing all the renovation stuff. I had to renovate my bedroom and, of course, my office, for those of you that aren't following YouTube. And then I had my wrist surgery. But it wasn't, like, bad. I guess the bedroom renovation was bad. It was stressful for me because it just randomly came about. So it was just like, oh, you just magically need a whole new room. Yeah, that's great. So it was rough and I was stressed, but did it. It's totally fine. I'm very happy. It's kind of like the Zen space. So it's where we go to watch movies and hang out. So it's like, like how bad was it really? You poor, poor thing having a nice room now. So I just didn't like spending the money because renovations are expensive. But overall, it was a good 50-50 balance between, like, mountain real-life stuff and upgrades to, like, art and work. So that was nice. That was really nice. And I'm pretty excited to kind of keep with that this year. So, well, we'll see how it goes. But for the most part, I mean, let me think. Like, as far as YouTube is concerned, we will continue with a lot of different things. There's crocheting and painting tutorials. We will definitely stick with those, although I haven't done any crochet projects. Well, clearly we haven't done any crochet projects this year, but I don't have any planned other than one. So I don't know when I'll get to it, but January is kind of my month to catch up because I suddenly, again, am back on YouTube. Not YouTube, Twitch. I'm suddenly back on Twitch. But, anyway, it's just this crazy thing. I do want, goal-wise, to do better videos for YouTube. So, a lot of my videos last year, I don't know if you guys could tell, but they were very rushed and, like, rush, edit, throw shit together, here you go. And that's essentially how it went. But I would like to sit, plan, and actually do a lot of things, especially since I learned a lot about my camera. So again, I'll get into the camera thing in a minute. It's like, I'm gonna nerd out. It's crazy. Let's see. I do want to make sure there is one book to review every month. I'm pretty sure we'll be fine on that. I want to work on adding more pieces to my coloring book, which I have. I added our last piece that we did last year, Patha. She has been added to the coloring book pages, though I do need to add more to her background. The line art is done for her, but I never drew an actual background. I am working on an ebook. It's gonna be very easy peasy, but I have this weird hobby where I like to cook, especially up here. So I'm going to be hopefully making a recipe book that should relatively be easy, just because it's just like, you know, you just get out of college, blah blah blah, whatever, you don't know how to cook. This is what I've learned since college, how to cook. Easy peasy things. So, and any of the ingredients, the amount, like, it's not specific. It can all change. So it's not like this is exactly how you do this blah 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 recipe. It's just a fun, it's gonna be called Crazy Cabin Cooking. So that I'm working on. Good luck to me. But speaking of which, I actually have potato salad that I have to make before Dad gets home tonight. Yeah. So it's so funny. So I went back to work today and Dad went back to work today because somebody needed a water heater fix, and that's kind of important. So he had to go to town. I'm like, Dad, I need cheese, I need like lint rollers. I need this. I need that. So Dad has to run all the errands while I'm up here having fun talking to you guys. Let's see. Oh, I do want to do themed stationery mail, like kind of stuff. Like I want to do stationery. You guys know I want to do stationery. I have a silhouette. I've been wanting to do this for years, but haven't gotten a chance. Which is also kind of how we're getting into this journaling thing. So for anyone who has not seen, here we go. This is my dark academia page, and again, it's on YouTube, so you could see how it was done, but I have all the fancy paper and glue, and yeah, I had a lot of fun doing that. Woo, calendar. But here's the one we're working on for February, as it's still not connected. I actually have to test this and see. I had no idea about vellum, you guys. Like, I had to learn it from my grandma. You can print on vellum, which I did. I don't know where it is, but anyway. I'm working on my February here. As you can see, it's still very much in progress, but I want to do stationery for this kind of stuff, but I also want to share how I design it. Because, I don't know about you guys, but some people are like, oh, we're gonna get this stationery subscription box, and we're gonna unbox it. Okay, well, like, there's like a million people who do that on YouTube. And it's all the same because clearly the box is the same. Duh. So nobody shows you how they use it to create their spreads or their pages. And I'm just like, why aren't you guys doing that? So I'll do it. Why not? But I want to make my own as well. So it's kind of like, make some stuff that's usable. But like this one right now, I'm only doing the whole dragon eye and the Hobbit theme because I had nothing else to do and I had something to just print really quick. So I did not make that. I just printed it and I'm like ripping it up and pasting it, and yeah, that's how that's going. So, but I want to actually make my own. So there's a lot to do with that, especially since you guys know that designing that shit is very rough, especially when like it's fine for some people because they have like the stationery business, but they buy their assets. They buy the art from artists. It's like, yeah, no, I want to do the art and I want to do the making and the crafting and the selling. So I'm like, this is a 3-stage thing that's like super difficult and takes time, but I want to do it. So whatever. That's a thing. For anyone who has kids, another goal I have, I don't know if it would help you, but I'm helping my mom. If you're a teacher, it might help because, again, stationery. I do want to give teacher discounts. I do want to be able to help teachers with stuff. I was talking to my mom about a few things, but right now I'm just working on a specific coloring book for her children. So I'm like randomly squeezing in like child appropriate kind of work. So that's a thing. Because my mom is teaching, she was teaching 1st and 2nd grade last year. Now she's teaching 4th grade this year, so. And I'm helping mom because mom's like, oh yeah, my kid's an artist. Yeah, like, blah, blah, blah. So I help mom. So that's part of my goals is to just understand that I'm going to need the time to separate to help mom. But yeah, so other than that, those are all my goals and things. My biggest goal just being, hey, I want to be able to stream and do cool shit. So here we are. But let me talk to you guys about my camera. So I've never taken a photography class in my life. Well, actually, no, that's a lie. I did take a class on it. It was in high school, though. So high school photography, but we were talking like take the tin can and you use the pin and you rub it and poke a hole and that's your camera. Like, I'm talking old school shit. Developer in the red room, which I got developer all over a white skirt once. That really sucked. But know nothing otherwise about actual cameras, digital, any of that stuff. But this is not a big nerd out, like, you can't follow along kind of thing. Does this make sense? I'm a newbie, so you can stick with me on this. So this is a Canon M50, okay? I didn't know shit about this camera. A few months ago, I learned how to change the exposure, and I've had it for 2 years. So it took me 2 years to learn how to change the exposure. You know, I'm not doing very well. So M50, There is an M50 number 2, like, or a Mark II. They could possibly have a new one by now. I don't know. I don't care. But I was searching around for something vlogging wise for YouTube that I really just wanted something simple, something I could figure out on my own and eventually get good at, kind of thing. So this is what I came across, and I do recommend it very much so if you're starting out for that kind of thing. So I had specific requirements. DSLR, mirrorless, blah 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 blah. I had stats. I wonder if I actually have my book with my stats. I don't know. Let me check. But okay, can't find that. Anyway, I don't remember what the exact specifications were in my request to myself to have a camera. But anyway, M50 is where we landed. I believe this was a $650 camera. My dad bought it for me. And that's essentially where the money went. I have 3 batteries because everything said review-wise, they're like, oh, your battery doesn't last long. No, it lasts a long time. Just there are specifics to this camera. Like, this isn't a cinematography camera. Like, you can't set it to, like, record or do something for 8 hours. That does not happen. It has a memory limit. So every 30 minutes, like, even if you see my YouTube videos for, like, the paintings, there's nothing that would go through all the way unless I did it in 30 minutes. So if there's no cutting in 30 minutes, that's because I did it in the time frame. Otherwise, the sucker does not hold that much. It does have a flip out camera or like a screen that was required for one of my things. This is a 49 millimeter lens. It came with the camera. I don't even have a new anything. I don't have anything extra. So this is where I started, and this is where I still am. Although I have recently learned that I do want particular upgrades. So I need a tripod because I had a tripod and it bit the dust. It was just an Amazon Basics, but this camera is heavy, and after so much, like, if you have a camera and it's level, right, but you want to, like, cooking videos, right, you want to tilt it down so that you can, you know, show the pan and what's in your pan kind of thing. This sucker's heavy, so that is eventually what kind of broke it. So if you're going to look for a camera tripod, I definitely don't recommend an Amazon Basics. Find something a little more heavy duty. But this isn't that heavy. Anyway, point being, there's that. So I need a new tripod. I have one on my mind. I think it's heavy duty. They used it out in the snow, so there's snow outside right now. So I'm hoping that that's going to work for me. I think it's only like $80. So that's the thing. And then I want a lens. It is an additive, like not this whole thing, not the whole lens. This being the whole thing, by the way. This is the lens. Okay. This itty bitty little sucker has some things that you can add on. So you'd take this part off and you add it like a cap, but it's just, anyway, it's called an NDR. Is it an NDR? What is that thing? No, NDF. It's an NDF. Not a do not resuscitate. It is a neutral density filter, and it supposedly helps with like outside stuff. Like, again, I learned how to finally use my exposure and all that kind of stuff. I also learned how to set this manually, where I can flip between just automatic, turn it on, here we are vlogging, woo! I had no idea that normal vlogging was done in 30 frames per second. So if you're a gamer and you're like, oh yeah, you want more FPS, like that, you always know you want more FPS. Not in film. In film, when you're doing normal stuff, you actually, like, movies are shot in 24 FPS. So 30 is really good and perfect for vlogging and that kind of thing. If you want to do slow motion, you need FPS of at least 60. So I had to learn that, which is weird. You want it to go slower. This is this whole weird new thing. So let me educate some of you here. 30 FPS is like, you see me right now. Like, it's easy, it's fluid, it's nice. But in film, going to 60 FPS makes everything super smooth, makes it more realistic, which again, in gaming is what you want. You want your game to look more realistic. So that's why the FPS being higher is great. But for film, it is not, unless you want to take it in slow motion. Slow motion, you need that smoothness so that when you slow it down, it's not choppy and janky. And I've learned that through some of my YouTube videos. Sometimes you guys will see me slow stuff down, and it's like, or speed, like when it speeds up, it's fine. But if you've ever caught just a few hint things where I've slowed it down and it seems kind of weird, that's why. So I have learned how to set that properly. You also need to change your shutter speed and some other things in order to get that slow motion. You guys can contact me if you want to learn more about that, but otherwise, I'm just learning myself. I don't know anything, but I've kind of figured it out. Whereas, like, I've also just learned I don't know the difference. It might just be the same thing. I don't know. Your exposure is also called iOS. I don't know. It's a different kind of number, and you make it go up and down, and your exposure changes too. So, in manual, it changes your exposure. So, the amount of things I have learned just from wanting to shoot in slow motion versus like the normal vlogging is a lot. So from what I have learned, I feel like I could make my videos better for YouTube, which is nice. So, you know, if anyone wants to get into YouTube and learning how to do that kind of stuff, happy to talk about it. Message me sometime. Otherwise, it's kind of like, I have nobody else to nerd out with this stuff. Like, I have nobody to ask. The one person who does photography in my life, my great uncle, my grandfather's brother, literally no help whatsoever. I love my great uncle, but no help whatsoever. I'm just like, you know, how do I take better photos? Well, you really need to learn how to shoot a good picture. It's mostly about composition. And I already know that from art. No other advice. You're not gonna tell me what all these things are. Shutter, exposure, all these other fancy things that I need to know about. But it's fine. There's YouTube. Thank you, YouTube. You also helped. But, you know, it's kind of crazy with all the weird things. But yeah, it's a learning experience, but it's something that I thoroughly enjoy. How about that? So I like it. I like that we do that. Now, for not nerding out for a minute, if anybody's still with me and I didn't lose you, how did your holidays go? Like, mine went pretty well, other than my whole family. I had surgery. My nephew kind of broke one ankle and shattered the other. I'm just gonna say motorcycle riding. So he had some very severe surgery, and then my grandma had to have some hardware taken out of her foot. So grandma just had surgery. That was my holiday. But it wasn't too bad. There were a lot of really cool things. Speaking of like the whole Hobbit kind of thing going on with my journaling, my uncle and aunt got me, it's really hard to see, but it's the Tree of Gondor vinyl. So I have the ability to make these and cut these out myself, but that also requires me have the like the digital thing for it, which I don't have. So even if I have the vinyl, I couldn't cut it because I don't have the thing. So I have a Tree of Gondor out of nowhere, which is awesome. So that was one of my presents. Hi, 𝐶𝐿𝐴. Happy New Year. And we're back, by the way. We have an official schedule, so you can see me every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday now. And also, welcome to my home. I'm streaming from the mountains. Yay, upgrades! It's been crazy. But cats, okay, my cats got some presents. Nothing crazy. I got them a few new, like, cat scratchers. So they've been pretty happy. and they've been happy to be home. So, since I've technically been at grandma's since the end of October, so I'm happy to be home. Oh, man. So let's see. What else can we talk about here? Oh, also, coming back into the whole Twitch thing, it doesn't matter, art or whatever. If any other streamers want to collab and do something, let me know. And it doesn't have to be on my schedule. I will happily conform to your schedule. But yeah, I'm open to do some shit since I'm back, and I'm happy to be back. So the only thing I do have for today in particular, I don't have any art to finish at the moment. I mean, I have some to finish, but I'm not going to, just because this is supposed to be a short stream day. I can book read, so now that we're going to get back into that, I will probably have to restart our book. But also, again, for those of you that do follow me on YouTube, and I know some of you do, if you have any mountain questions, we're planning on doing that for a whole video. So ask anything, send it to me, and we'll do a YouTube video answering all those questions. Oh my goodness. Also, this is for Neva and 𝐤𝐿𝐴𝐶. I don't think I'll be able to finish the video of the Christmas tree because streaming magically came about, is what I should say. But I did cut out your little F-bomb stockings. I was gonna hang them on the tree, but yeah, again, like I said, shit happened, and now we're streaming again, so I have them. I will save them for next year. Oh my god, all the weird things that I have. There are lots of weird things. But, I don't know, should I mention? So, okay, this is, 2024 is the year of the dragon. I am a dragon, so this is my year. Woo! Thank you, and of course, good luck to any other dragons out there. But, I was considering, like, art-wise, I was like, should I do a dragon character every month? I don't know. I don't know about that. We'll see. But it was considered, and I did write a list about it. I also have a book list, by the way, not of what we would be reading specifically, but just in general. I posted it on Discord, which, by the way, some of you may also notice on Discord that everybody can see the book club area again, so I apologize if you're getting all the notifications, but it's a thing. Also, the Celestial community is pretty much where I'm holding all my stuff, the art, the journaling, the Twitch, so if you need any updates on that, that will show up there, so yeah. Hello, how are you, Air? No, thank you. Yeah, so we're back. Didn't mean to suddenly be back, but we're back for sure. Have a schedule and everything. But yeah. So lots of books to read, lots of art to do. It's just gonna be a big year. So it's kind of crazy. Let's see. Okay, before the holidays, I got declined for the transplant because I'm too thin. Oh no. So I'm getting a feeding tube. Aside from that, I had a great holiday. Well, I'm glad that something went well, Annabelle. And yeah, good luck with that. My second cousin has the same disease that I do, ankylosing spondylitis, but also a lot of other problems. And he's having some kidney failure, so he was supposed to go, he's been on the list for a while, but he was supposed to go, I think a week ago, to the hospital and like do the thing, but he didn't make his appointment, so he has one more chance to go before they remove him from the list completely. So, transplanty stuff aside, like, I get it, you know, he kind of chickened out, but like, if you're gonna do it, just make up your mind and do it, because this shit's not fun at all. Welcome back, gamer. Yes, we will be playing some games. It depends. Pizza Gang. Did you check out those books I suggested? Yes, I have a whole list. I have it right here. Actually, so as far as specifically, I thought it was funny. I thought the name was familiar, so on YouTube they did All the Light We Cannot See. So I was like, why does that sound so familiar? I wonder why. So I saw the movie and now I know what the book is about, but I'm still pretty interested. Book list. Yeah. This is my whole book list right here. So anytime you guys recommend a book to me, I do write it down. These are ones that I have not purchased yet. So I don't know how far you've been lurking, but book club, will be book reading on stream, and I'm reading books kind of in my own time for book reviews. So the books we do on stream are kind of like, it's not in a hurry, you know, but the books that I'm reviewing every month are going to be the ones that I read behind the scenes. So as an example, I'm still reading *𝐸𝐴𝐽𝐺. I should be finished with that as soon as I sat down and just finish reading it. For stream, we're going to redo Crimson Climb, and that's a thing, so we'll probably do that here in a few minutes. But yes, book club is getting really big. So there are legitimate readings going on. I love the Paul Anderson book. Should I ping you 3 authors I'm reading from? Sure, absolutely. Send them to me. So yeah, there's quite a few books that I have that we do own. You guys have seen it on Discord. I did post it, like I said. But those pictures are my reading list for the year in the book club general chat. So those are the ones that I'm like focusing on, but it doesn't matter. Well, the ones that are for sure are always going to be on the website. So the website shows what I'm currently reading, which is *𝐸𝐴𝐽𝐺, and the ones that are next in the queue. But I still do it based on your guys' vote. So for anyone interested or has no idea what the hell I'm talking about, that's what that is. So book club, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to read the book with us. It's just, I say book club, but it's kind of like Vel reads a book and is just going to review it for you. So there's all the written reviews on my website. I'm working on doing some on YouTube. Again, not there yet. I don't know now that we're streaming again, but I'll try. But we'll also just be reading in general on Twitch, because that was probably the issue before. You cannot like book read on YouTube and put it on YouTube. It is illegal because it's intellectual property. So, you know, Audible, all that other stuff, like other people are paid to read the book, and some of them suck, I'm not gonna lie. Honestly, if anyone ever decides to write a book and have somebody voice it on Audible, I highly recommend it be a voice actor, because they are the ones that do the best job. Like, there are some authors that read their own book and I'm like, you should just stuck with writing. Like, I am not a great reader. In fact, reading here on Twitch live, a lot of you will know, you're gonna hear my fuck ups. I'm not gonna sit here and read like I'm some professional. You're gonna hear my cussing. You're gonna hear my fucks. You're gonna hear everything. So a lot of people really like that. So, but I cannot post videos of this. So if you would like to hear me read, you just have to be here for it. And again, I don't have a set day for book reading or anything. I simply stream Sundays, Tuesdays, Thursdays. Hope you show up for one. That's kind of how it is. So this is where we're at right now. I may dedicate a specific day for it later in the year, but for now, we're just rolling. We're back, and here we are. This is kind of where we're at. Yeah, book gang, book dragons. Since again, I'm a dragon, and everybody knows I hoard things like books and shinies. Thing. But yeah. So again, if anybody else has books or something that they think I would like, send it to me. I will add it to my list. Since we're like really talking book club shit right now, I apologize if this is boring anybody else. But for those that are in fact interested, let's see. So my book list right now consists of All the Light We Cannot See, Harvest of the Stars, Arborea Lux, the book series Caraval, I think is how it's pronounced. Then Once Upon a Broken Heart, Iron Widow, the Mirror Empire, which is also called the Worldbreaker Saga, I believe. Ruins of Ambrai, which is the Exiles series, I believe. Daughter of the Blood, which is the Black Jewels series. Again, I believe, I don't know. I don't know how, this is just how I wrote it down, so I don't even know what I'm talking about. The Gender Game, Homeland, which I think is also part of the Legend of Drizzt, I think. I don't know how to pronounce that, but I know it's a drow. It's a dude. I don't know. He's apparently cool. I don't know. There's the Broken Crown, which is the Sunsword series, and Behind the Throne with the Andranian War series. I don't know. That's just what I wrote down. I'm not looking those things up until I buy them. So those are currently unpurchased but on the list for anyone interested. Books will be sent momentarily. Yeah. Thanks to Air. Air is probably one of the best, like, senders of books aside from Faye. Which we still need to get into those series because poor Faye sent me, as a birthday present 3 years ago, the Brandon Sanderson Stormlight Archives, all of them, and the Mistborn series. So really need to get into that. Yeah. So book stuff, we're gonna have to vote on just what you want me to read in general. But I think we're also going to have to vote, like, what you guys want me to read on Twitch. Because that's kind of the important one. You know, what do you guys want to hear? Because as we tried and saw beforehand, info dumps like Lord of the Rings didn't work so well on Twitch. Like, it's fine for me to read, and I love reading it, but it's not something you want to spat out voice-wise. It's terrible. The Hobbit was great. We read The Hobbit. In fact, let me see. I'm sure I have it archived. No, that's my gaming list archive. We have played a lot of games on Twitch. But yeah, we've read a lot of Star Wars. We've read a lot of fantasy stuff. But I will admit, if we somehow come across something and find out that it is smut, I will not read it. I will not read that on stream. I will do that myself. Which again, I just finished that whole, you know, Court of Thorns and Roses. That was my introduction to smut. More like porn. But, you know, without knowing, and someone just saying, hey, this is a great book, read it. And I'm like, okay. It was a great fantasy book. It really, well, series. The whole thing really was. But I was not prepared for what was coming. As an artist, I was like, ooh, I don't know about that. I'm not really much of a smut reader. I don't enjoy it. I enjoy it if it's, like, quick and to the point. Get on with the story. But the smutty part, I'm not interested in. But I will read it just to get through it. So, I'll read those in my own time. Otherwise, we should try for very not naughty things on Twitch, if you don't mind. just saying. This is how I would like to be remembered, is just for my fantasy. My fantasy and my sci-fi, not smutty shit. Let me think. Fair as fuck, yeah. Like, even Illidan. Okay, so I read Illidan, by, I think it was William King. It's World of Warcraft. It was fantasy, but I didn't expect it to, like, describe the smell of, like, burning bodies kind of thing. Like, those kinds of things are okay, but yeah, smut's a definite no. Yeah, I'm not much of a smutty boy. These authors. I know, it's ridiculous. I'm just like, okay, can we get to the point? Like, I am like adventure reader. If it is an adventure, I want to read it. Like, that is my favorite. So, you know, if it doesn't kind of go along, if it's not a good pace for that kind of thing, it's really kind of but we'll see. Also, yes, I'm still working on my book. It's very hard because I'm trying to do it in two different ways. I'm still doing it as a graphic novel, but I'm still also trying to just do it as a literary piece. So I do have to write it first, but then I have to do the art for it later. So, because everyone has been so interested in my story for the past 5-6 years that I want to just get the story out there, so I will write it, but I will do the art and the fancy bit for it later, just kind of as an extra. because I figured just writing it's probably going to be the easiest way to get it out there. So, but you'll see it, you know, because you guys have seen my dragon. You've been told about my dragon characters. You know some of my characters in general. A lot of you have been with me on Patreon and have seen, you know, the gods, the powers, the magic. So a lot of you have been like, where is it, Vel, for years? And I'm really actually working on it. I actually have a whole binder, which I can show you, actually. Bro, I'm down for adventure. Give me one sec. Like, super duper one sec. I really hope there's no spider that has decided to crawl and make a home inside of my binder here. That's not gonna be fun. But this big boy, this whole thing is full of my story. Full. Alright. No spider surprises. Please. I have not been home in months. Okay, good. There's nothing in here. Oh, that's why it's so heavy. I also have other books and stuff. But here's my story. I have had my story on things, and I have extra paper. Like, this is my... barely letting you guys see this. This is my written, like, stories from years past with other people. Like, I had to go and rewrite some of it, so it's like a lot of it does have to be rewritten in general, because it's very, very based on, you know, like Lord of the Rings and that kind of shit. But trying to do it in your own way is really hard. So essentially all of these cards have the title of the chapter and then kind of like instances of what happens. So let me get one that is way not even remotely in the beginning here. Aha, okay. Here's a good example. So this one is called Shadow and Flame. After fearing the near death of his beloved queen, Shadow reveals his true heart. Both Queen and Shadow decide to ignore all tradition and expectations. They quit pushing their love for one another aside and finally share a kiss. Ooh, that's like the most lovey-dovey you're going to get in my stories. Like I said, I don't do smut. But yeah, that's the one romance I promise is in the book, and that's just kind of a reminder that okay, blah blah blah, whatever happens. So for me, there's more to that than what I wrote down. It's just a sudden quick reminder that just says, hey, this person was severely injured, blah blah blah, which gives a whole adventure on its own and reveals that in the end they're gonna fall in love. Ta-da. So, but there's a lot. There are officially, I do have an actual Discord for my thing. I have beta readers, by the way, which they have not seen anything at all, really. But I do have chapter titles. How many are there? There are officially 1, 2, 3, at least 30, I think. At least 30 chapters. So, and those are all separate adventures. Like, my chapters are long, so it's a lot. It's a lot, and I know a lot of you have been waiting for years, so we're getting there. But I'm taking all those little plots and, like, writing full things about it. So for me, it's taking those. We're going from flashcards to fully written chapter so that people can read it and we can change the story if we need to. And then someday, eventually, way down the line, we'll do art for it. But I am still trying to get the concept art out so you guys can see the characters, you know what they look like, so when you're reading, you can at least enjoy knowing what all the stuff is. But anyway, let me see here. Mystery, suspense, sound fine. Kind of, yeah. I'm good for anything. Oh. You know, did you have to do this, like, right now? I'm gonna copy this and I'm gonna put it in Discord. That way I could just put it in there later. Shadow archive, blar blar, right here. Okay. Got it. But let me at least read it here. Unfinished Business by Natasha Carter, Realm of Ash and Shadow. I've heard of that one. Yeah. I dare you. Same as previous. Parts of a series, far as I could tell. Okay. Got you. Mucho smut. No. Yes, ma'am. I had to do it right now. Well, it's okay. I got it. I have it officially listed, so I'll put it in my phone after stream. but for sure. Oh my god. Crazy, just crazy, but happy to have it. So also, I should mention, we are bringing back, and we're worth channel points, by the way, but we're bringing back our jars. So we can do journal themes for my actual journal, and then fan art. The journal themes have to be, like, they can be like Hobbit, Alice in Wonderland, that kind of stuff, but I'm going to draw them personally, so that's what that's for. We are serious on the actual art collection again. So that's kind of where we're at. Speaking of, I have something that I need to do right now before I forget. There were 4 subscribers last month who did our end of the year raffle, blah, 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 which means as long as you subbed last month, you got in here. So if you didn't do that, I'm sorry, but I do it every year. I always give away one stylized portrait. So we have 4 people. I have no idea who they are. I wrote them down in different colors, but they're so folded up I can't see anything. And we are going to pick one. I don't half-ass. Yeah, that's for sure. It's so for sure. All right. One of these, okay? As usual, I'm just gonna... Don't even know which one, but find out. The winner of our first portrait of the year, oh my god, is 𝐉𝐵. Why does 𝐉𝐵 win a lot? Okay, for anyone who's been here with me for years, 𝐉𝐵 is our mod. We have only a few mods, but 𝐉𝐵's our main mod, and 𝐉𝐵 wins all the time. For the past few years, 𝐉𝐵 always wins. So 𝐉𝐵, you won again. Don't worry, there will be more raffles this year. Now that I can stream again, we will happily do sub raffles. So we have goals to hit, and that is partially what's going on. So let's see. We have 50 sub points is where I have it set. So every 50 subs, we will get, well, if we get up to it. I think it's per month. I don't know. But regardless, I'll try to keep track. If we do every 50 anyway, I'll try to do another raffle. So anyway, those names are going to stay in there for now, and I have to contact 𝐉𝐵 and tell her. I think I did. I can't recall. I couldn't have. I downloaded the sub list, so you are not on it. I'm sorry. But yeah, it's totally fine. Oh my god, I just can't believe it. Poor 𝐉𝐵's gonna be like, oh, more art. I have, you know, a million cool characters to show you. I will admit, 𝐉𝐵, I've never seen 𝐉𝐵 have a bad character. 𝐉𝐵 has the coolest characters. So that will be interesting. We'll be able to work on that probably pretty soon. She gives me new stuff pretty fast, so we'll see. Stretch request by Faye. Thank you, Faye. Big Sage Boy Hours Gang. I thought I did. That's okay. I mean, it's just the way it works. So now you got to be on top of it. But now we're back, so it's easier to be on top of it, I should say. So disappointment. Oh, I'm so sorry. Maybe you'll be in the next one. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Like I said, I have no real plans for this year other than, oh my god, we're just streaming. Just streaming, period. We'll figure out what it is as we go. So many innuendos. Yeah. Have you been in this stream before? Like, yeah. But yes, so, 𝐤𝐼𝐼 stuff. For anyone who does not know, my book is called 𝐤𝐼𝐼. 𝐤𝐼𝐼 stuff. We definitely have a lot to work on. So, last year we finished the first concept piece, which was the black dragon 𝐤𝐼𝐼. So we're gonna have to decide what we want to do next. I have about 4 other characters that I know for a fact I would like to draw and get their information out. So it's always back and forth. It's like, should I do like the character sheet where, you know, you kind of have a front and back and you kind of get the real look of the character with all their information, or like the concept art like I did with �NYX. So it's kind of like a back and forth. It's like, okay, what do we want? So It's all about how it goes. Nope, not once, not ever. Who are you? Where am I? Who am I? You're the only chaotic horror in the whole community. So, I mean, you better know who you are. Alright, so, again, you guys will have to let me know how this works, if it's lagging for you, whatever, but I'm pretty sure it's going well. I mean, when I went back and looked at my test, it looked pretty well, so that's the fun part. No way I'm innocent. Yeah, furthest from. Absolute furthest from. No thanks. Alright, so we have about an hour left. I'm going to take a break, but the question is, do you guys want me to book read when we come back? I have been referred to as a minor chaos god before, my friends. I can't recall. Yeah, I'm feeling those words in a mixture of some kind, for sure. So, I don't know. But how do you guys feel about it? You want some book reading? I will put on my pop filter. We'll get to the booky part. I don't mind, but it's up to you guys. What do you want to do? You just want to keep chatting? So, I mean, I'm good with either. But I do need a break. I have more wood to put on my fire because my feet are cold. So, what's we want? What do you want? I don't think I'm chaotic. You're very chaotic. I'm down for booking. Okay. I'm not hearing any nays, so it's about as good as that gets. So I'm gonna lurk because I'll be gaming. That'll be perfect for you then. Yeah. Cosmic horror right there. Saw it here, folks. Just the way it is. Alright. Let us take a quick break. I will be back and we will book read. So grab drinks, grab snacks. Shit's gonna get good. So, if anything else, I cannot guarantee what next stream will be, but whatever we choose to do, hope to see ya. You'll see a lot of new things. Like I said, Twitch is pretty much now behind the scenes stuff, so you get to just hang out with me while I work in general. Could be anything. So, hopefully it'll be enjoyable for you guys, though. So, miss you guys so much. I'm so happy to be back. Yay! And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!